have thought of a variety of small business ideas. However, although you have a lot of passion, it can be difficult to find very profitable and inexpensive small business ideas. And to help, I brought together more than 100 profitable small business ideas, the best small business ideas for anyone who wants to start running small businesses. Use this as a starting point to unleash your unique ideas. And try the words of Brian Chesky, co-founder of Airbnb: "If we had tried to think of a good idea, we wouldn't have been able to think of a good idea." You just have to find the solution to a problem in your private life. Are you ready to take your thinking to the next level? This ultimate guide to entrepreneurship can help you do more than one small business. It can help you turn it into reality today. Best small business ideas: small projects in travel planning. Lots of people have money but don't have time, and they're willing to pay other people in return for managing or planning part of their lives, and there are a lot of people intending to travel, and they want unconventional travel. If you know how ideal holidays are with beautiful hotels, the perfect location and a range of delicious restaurants, consider advertising your services as a more modern approach to travel planning. 2. Small projects in cars. The automotive world is full of types of details, and you can specialize in designing a car, changing seats, body, or anything in it. Just make sure you have the flexibility, transportation, and equipment to start your business. And starting one of the most promising small projects. 3. Small projects in property management. Among many small property management projects, the easiest. Many people hold property that they do not live in, often living in different cities. It is helpful for someone to be sure that the property is well looked after, to deal with small repairs when they arise, and to act as a link for renters as well. 4. Small projects in transportation services. Transfer is always a headache, and many people hire people to manage the whole move. You can be the carrier and owner of a small business, working with more than one company or store. 5. Small projects in massage. Relaxing muscles that contract with massage has now become a treatment, not a luxury, given the nature of work and the session of offices that hurt the muscles of the body. Search in training and certification courses in your city and develop yourself in this regard and be the owner of one of the small projects. 6. Small projects in the ownership of the residents. This is another commercial project that can require you to search for a license, and it means that you host students or tourists to your home, rent a room to them, and you can offer them breakfast, lunch and dinner services, and this is one of the small projects. Small projects in interior design. There are many people who have the ability to buy the furniture and home decor they need to fill their rooms, but they may lack taste or planning. You can help them, and it may take some time to build a group, but documenting and sharing your projects online can build a fan base beyond your dreams. 8. Small projects in tourist guides. Do you live in a city with a rich history? Are you interested in this date? Do you hope to become a guide? Sure, you'll need to do a lot of research to do the job well, but that's half the fun. You can stand out by offering tours that speak to a specific place in your community's history. 9. Small projects in consulting. If you have much experience or knowledge of a specific topic, consider becoming a counselor. Perhaps you are an expert in recruitment practices, or you have talent with SEO, or something else. If you are good at it, market yourself as a consultant. 10. Small projects in event planning. You can choose to specialize in a specific type of event, such as weddings or company meetings, or prepare yourself as an event planner. If you are very organized, pay close attention to fine detail and have experience planning large events, then it may be a good time to take advantage of your skills. 11. Small projects in food. If you are a food connoisseur, there is a specialty food store there. Open a store where you offer some kind of experience and choice that your audience cannot dream of getting. Local groceries. 12. Small projects in the secretariat. Again, if you are a very organized person, and don't want to be associated with an office or one person throughout the day, every day, consider becoming a virtual assistant, giving you a more flexible work environment. 13. Small projects in sports. Kickboxing, yoga studios. Transform your passion for fitness into a community of others by opening your own gym. Small projects for women. Now you can start small projects from home, projects that became very popular, small projects in the house for women, for example. Small sewing projects. People will always need to surround clothes and fix buttons, and you may be the one doing it. If you like sewing, start by providing simple services like those listed above, and expand your repertoire to include sewing and design while building your customer base. Small food projects. We all love to eat, but few of us have the time or energy to cook healthy, delicious meals. Advertise your services to families and local businesses alike. Consider cutting certain groups of customers, such as vegetarians, so you can cook larger amounts of the same dish to feed them all. Small projects in hairdressing or makeup. Sure, you can go to a beauty school and pay for an expensive chair in a salon, or you can provide professional hairdressing and makeup services directly to your customer's door. Small projects in clothes. If you've been dreaming of building your own fashion empire, why not start a local store? You can create posts using great screens, inspirational accounts for social media, and a large community participation. Small projects in education. Whether you are a mathematician, piano, or Shakespeare, there is someone who needs a little help and is willing to pay for it. Advertise your services through local schools, community colleges and community centers to get the word and build a customer base. These are also project ideas. 1. In home repair. Do you always fix things around the house? Do you often get invitations from friends to do projects? Build a website and discover your opportunities in this regard. 2. Small projects in carpentry. Likewise, if you have a passion for making beautiful furniture or other household articles out of wood, there is demand for it. List a few blocks on sites like Etsy, eBay, or Craigslist. Once you've created the following, consider starting a website, accepting custom requests, or expanding your business. Small projects in landscaping. Shear, trim, and seasonal decor are all neighborhood needs. If you have or can get equipment, gardening can be a lucrative business. 4. Small projects in video shooting. Video production requires you to invest in equipment that can be expensive. But this is also what makes your services so valuable. Make sure you have a good business listing to share on the internet. Hey, today we will explain e-marketing, and interpretation will take a long time, so we'll divide the topic into 2 parts. Let's start. How to reach the target customers for your online business. Business growth does not happen by chance. Often, we do not reach sales of $100,000 or $1 million by chance, and $100,000 in a marketing budget that will not help you in anything if you use 100 experience in an unsuccessful way of e-marketing. Growth occurs intentionally, with proper planning and proper and continuous functioning of electronic marketing operations. Simply, electronic marketing is summarized in the following. More targeted marketing campaigns leads to more qualified visits to your website. More qualified traffic leads to more sales leads to more profits, and that leads to growth. Yes, more, and of course, more profits open the doors for you to grow your business. With these profits, you can develop your products and services and appoint a professional and qualified team to grow your business faster and faster. The important thing here in growth is that growth is usually multiples. For example, 100%, 200%, and 500% growth means multiples of profits for the previous period, and this shows that the value of growth after several stages of growth is very large, and this is what distinguishes commercial and business projects. Free in general, and the fastest place for business growth, especially emerging, is the internet, and the way to do this is e-marketing. What's the online marketing? First, the correct expression for e-marketing is internet marketing. If it is e-marketing, it is any business that you do on the internet to achieve any of the following. Draw attention, get visits to your website, persuade these visitors to buy your product, download your app, register on your site, etc. Unlike traditional marketing, electronic marketing is easy to measure, meaning that you can easily determine what works for marketing, and increases it, and what does not help, so you stop it. Not only this, but also electronic marketing is much cheaper than other traditional and easy to implement marketing methods. Common mistakes people make in e-marketing. E-marketing always begins with visits to your traffic website. When it comes to visits, there are 3 common mistakes. We search that the cheapest and most expensive visits are. We find many pioneers and businessmen searching for sources of visits in order to obtain the largest possible number of visits at the lowest cost, and the result is 0 sales, and this is because these visits have taken place without taking into account the quality of these visits, i.e., are these visitors really interested in what I am offering? Are they actually potential customers, which is what is called targeting, which we will explain in the article. We do not make any plan to bring visits. We have wonderful and unique products and a wonderful online store, and we have added pages on all social media sites, and we publish about our products, and this is enough, but the result is 0 sales or very few sales. We do all e-marketing operations, paid advertisements on all search engines, social media, SEO operations, and affiliate system, anything you may find we implement, but the result is very little sales. The common mistake in all of the above is the lack of a strategy for action, as the strategy means having a clear goal of every marketing campaign and a clear way to measure and analyze the results, and either to stop the campaign or its development gradually and systematically, and this is what we will explain in detail here as follows. The marketing strategies. The most successful: electronic email marketing, content marketing, social networks, PPC, paid advertising, SEM, search engine marketing, email marketing. Imagine if you have a tool that enables you to inform 10 million people of specific content, news, or offers in just a few minutes. Isn't that great? Can you expect the size of the return on you from a tool like this? Not only this. What if these people like what you send them and expect it? Not only this, but you can do this every day. How much will the return be from your point of view? This is the power of email marketing, and the matter is as simple as 2 steps. Start creating an email list for your online store, website, or blog. Send useful content and offers regularly and direct it to everyone on this list, and let's start now. How to create an email list. Email list. First, to implement this you need an integrated system to save and organize your email list, and also to send large numbers of emails, and the most popular system currently to implement this is MailChimp. You only need to register, and after this you have the integrated system, and it is available for free until 2000 email. Now that you have chosen and activated the system, it will never promote your mailing list, and it says 10 tips for creating a profitable email list. 1. Add pop-ups to your website. Add a pop-up window with a direct link to register in your email list with a message. 2. Add a registration box at the bottom of your website or your online store. Below your website is not only to add links to information pages, but you have to use it to add the registration box. 3. Provide incentives for visitors to your website to register. Provide incentives such as a discount coupon for your products, or a free book, etc. 4. Advertise the contest. Make registration in the mailing list a necessary entry to the competition. 5. Create paid advertising campaigns. Target only the registration in your email list. 6. Ask your followers on social media to register in your mailing list through continuous posts. 7. Ask viewers of your YouTube videos to register on the list. 8. Registration to receive the new in the blog. Whatever your type of work, the blog is essential. Add good content in your blog, then add the registration box in the list to receive all good inside the blog. 9. Encourage list subscribers to share your messages with their friends. 10. Add a link to sign up for the signature in your email.
spooky fright, and we just might be in danger. Oh, the ghost is here and it's always a fake. The ghost is here, there's no reason to shake. The ghost is here, oh, give us a break. It's fake. Another ghoul attacks, she's breathing down our backs, so we're making tracks for the exit. Oh, the ghost is here, it's a crook in a suit. The ghost is here, he's pretending to loot. The ghost is here, I'll give him the boot. He's fake. It doesn't matter where we go, we know a ghost is gonna show. And so we look for the bogus, look for the scam, and every time the ghost is a sham. We see an eerie light, and if the mood is right, then we just might sight a monster. Oh, the ghost is here, it's our frightening task, to face our fears and the creep in the mask. Till the ghost is here, there's no reason to ask. He's fake. The ghost is here, he's pretending to loot. The ghost is here, I'll give him the boot. He's fake. We see an eerie light, and if the mood is right, then we just might sight a monster. Oh, the ghost is here, it's our frightening task, to face our fears and the creep in the mask. Till the ghost is here, there's no reason to ask. He's fake.
If you are looking for the best games to play on your PC, you may check out the list of games given in this article. With the right graphics card in your PC, you can install and play all these games at maximum settings. So, let's check out the list of games. 1. Call of Duty: Modern Warfare 2019. This is one of the best new PC games on our list. Although this installment doesn't reinvent the wheel, you may enjoy a more mature but darker tone the game offers. However, the campaign mode has some controversy. Even if you don't use the campaign mode, you can still enjoy a much smoother and tighter experience. And the good thing is that the game is gorgeous. 2. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Although the game is not on the list of newly released ones, it's still on the list of best open-world games. The game features an impressive open-world environment. It shares the unapologetic scale of Skyrim and the incredible depth of Grand Theft Auto 5. This jam-packed game is on top of our list. In fact, it won't be an understatement to say that this game is one of the best games of all time. 3. Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 offers significant improvement on the Souls series by offering special elements that Bloodborne offers. Although it's easier than the previous titles, it has everything you may have loved in the earlier installments. The game is easy, but you will die multiple times while playing. You will have to bear patience to get a deeper insight into the complex combat system. Aside from this, it offers a fair gameplay, which makes it an ideal choice for casual gamers as well. Therefore, they can participate in the bleak, wonderful world of the game. 4. Control. There is a reason why this game has taken the world of gaming by storm. Also, the developers at the Remedy Entertainment has packed the game with a lot of love and intricate details. This cinematic, action-adventure game features brilliant performances, beautiful environment design and staggering visuals. Besides, it offers a greatly satisfying fight experience. When the game starts, you are required to look for the oldest house, which is a structure in New York City. Once found, your next move is to look for your missing brother. 5. Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter is a big name in the gaming franchise. While playing, you can hunt bigger, more powerful monsters using bigger armor. This simple game is among the most rewarding and compelling games you can check out these days. At Capcom, the developers of the game bring a lot of free DLC. If you are on the lookout of an addictive fun game, you can check out this title. 6. Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a popular console game that was launched for PC. The game allows you to explore the interactive and detailed world of Los Santos. This installment offers thrilling experience, richer graphics and a much smoother gameplay. So, this is the description of 6 best PC games you can play on your PC. And here the best way to profit from online games. Your way to earn money. You can earn money through games if you follow the right approach. Players can earn money online through the game. These are the easiest and most popular sites and games that you can earn money. PlayVig. It is a relatively new website that provides players with a way to earn money from playing video games. You can subscribe to the site and install their software on your computer. Be ready to win. Simply select the game you want to play from the list of games in the PlayFig program, and complete the tasks to earn PlayFig coins. And exchange your coins for financial rewards, such as getting your money on PayPal or gift cards or prizes. In PlayFig, 1,000 coins are worth $1, but many missions and games have different opportunities and winnings. I think you can earn 20 cents to 3 cents an hour with PlayFig, and the most skilled players can have between $1 and $3 an hour. Mistplay. If you are a fan of mobile games, touching another great way to earn cash is by playing video games on your phone. MESTES describes their platform as a loyalty program for players, and the concept behind the implementation is clear and straightforward. You only need to download the mobile apps that are shared via the Mistplay app and earn bonus points for every minute you play. There are other apps such as Titheby that exist, such as Pay at Play and many other applications, but it seems that Mistplay is the leader in this field through more than 1 million downloads and ratings 4.5 stars. You can exchange PlayStation points with Visa gift cards and popular gift cards. And touch play only on Android devices. Swagbucks. It started as an online rewards program that gives members rewards for using the search engine SUBSCRIBE. Now the company has turned to the GPT site. In Swagbucks, you can earn money for the things you really do online. Playing games is clearly one of the best ways to make money on this site. By playing games, you can randomly earn credits, also known as swagbucks. Here games are just an option, which are other alternatives to making money, doing game studies, referring friends, searching the web, and much. You can exchange swagbucks currency in the form of Amazon gift cards, coupon codes and many more prizes. Other amazing, you can also ask them to convert game credits into money, which can be transferred to your eBay account. Exodus 3000. Exodus 3000 is one of the most popular multiplayer RPG strategy games. Here, you are taken to a time frame, my future, which is about 1,000 years from now, is the game's story that Earth is no longer a sustainable living planet because a catastrophic event. All residents are charged with finding minerals and Mars dollars, which is also the game's currency. There are 3 basic ways to collect Mars dollars: search for impacts, mining volcanoes, attack other players. When you reach a sufficient amount, you can spend it in real money. This is full of fun and simplicity, but the most important of this online game is that it is easy to access and receive rewards. After registering as a member, you will get $5,000 of Mars dollars free as a welcome bonus. The exchange rate is $20 for 300,000 Mars dollar. These are the best and simplest.
At all events, it is certain that if any medical man had come to Middlemarch with the reputation of having definite religious views, of being given to prayer and of otherwise showing an active piety, there would have been a general presumption against his medical skill. George Eliot. When a medically educated man talks and writes of religion and of God, he is rightly enough questioned by his brothers, who are too busy with the hard work of practice to be concerned with anything but material problems. To me, the word God is symbolic of the power which created and which maintains the universe. The sunrise and the stars of heaven give me some idea of His majesty. The warmth and tenderness of human love give me some idea of His divine love. That is all I know. But it is enough to make life glow. It is enough to inspire the most intense devotion to any good cause. It is enough to make me bear suffering with some degree of patience. And it is enough, finally, to give me some confidence and courage even in the face of the great mystery of death. Why this or another conception of God should produce such a profound result upon anyone, I do not know, except that in some obscure way it connects the individual with the divine plan, and does not leave him outside in despair and loneliness. However that may be, it will be conceded that a religious conception of some kind does much toward justifying life, toward making it strong and livable, and so has directly to do with certain important problems of illness and health. The most practical medical man will admit that any illness is made lighter and more likely to recover in the presence of hope and serenity in the mind of the patient. Naturally, the great bulk of medical practice calls for no handling other than that of the straight medical sort. A man comes in with a crushed finger, a girl with anemia. The way is clear. It is only in deeper, more intricate departments of medicine that we altogether fail. When I attempt to discuss religion in any way, theology is a field in which I have no training, but that is the very reason why I dare write of it. I do not even assume that there is a God in the traditional sense. The idea is too great to be made concrete and literal. No single fact of nature can be fully understood by our finite minds. But I do feel vaguely that the laws that compass us and make our lives possible point always on, beyond the realms of time and space, toward the existence of a mighty overruling spirit. If this is a cold and inadequate conception of God, it is at least one that can be held by any man without compromise. The modern mind is apt to fail of religious understanding and support because of the arbitrary interpretations of religion which are presented for our acceptance. It is what men say about religion, rather than religion itself, that repels us. Let us think it out for ourselves. If we are open to a simple, even primitive conception of God, we may still repudiate the creeds and doctrines, but we are likely to become more tolerant of those who find them true and good. We shall be likely in time to find the religion of Christ understandable and acceptable, warm and quick with life. The man who ungrudgingly opens his heart to the God of nature will be religious in the simplest possible sense. He may worry because of the things he cannot altogether understand, and because he falls so far short of the implied ideal. But he will have enlarged his life so much that the common worries will find little room. He will be too full of the joy of living to spend much conscious thought in worry. Such a man will realize that he cannot afford to spend his time and strength in regretting his past mistakes. There is too much in the future. What he does in the future, not what he has failed to do in the past, will determine the quality of his life. He knows this, and the knowledge sends him into that future with courage and with strength. Finally, in some indefinable way, character will become more important to him than physical health even. Illness is half compensated when a man realizes that it is not what he accomplishes in the world, but what he is that really counts, which puts him in touch with the creative forces of God and raises him out of the aimless and ordinary into a life of inspiration and joy. To me, the word God is symbolic of the power which created and which maintains the universe. The sunrise and the stars of heaven give me some idea of His majesty. The warmth and tenderness of human love give me some idea of His divine love. That is all I know. But it is enough to make life glow. It is enough to inspire the most intense devotion to any good cause. It is enough to make me bear suffering with some degree of patience. And it is enough, finally, to give me some confidence and courage even in the face of the great mystery of death. Why this or another conception of God should produce such a profound result upon anyone, I do not know, except that in some obscure way it connects the individual with the divine plan, and does not leave him outside in despair and loneliness. However that may be, it will be conceded that a religious conception of some kind does much toward justifying life, toward making it strong and livable, and so has directly to do with certain important problems of illness and health. The most practical medical man will admit that any illness is made lighter and more likely to recover in the presence of hope and serenity in the mind of the patient. Naturally, the great bulk of medical practice calls for no handling other than that of the straight medical sort. A man comes in with a crushed finger, a girl with anemia. The way is clear. It is only in deeper, more intricate departments of medicine that we altogether fail. The bacteriologist and the pathologist have no use for mental treatment in their departments. But when we come to the case of the nervously broken-down schoolteacher, or the worn-out telegrapher, that is another matter. Years may elapse before work can be resumed, years of dependence and anxiety. Here, a new view of life is often more useful than drugs, a view that accepts the situation reasonably after a while, that does not grope blindly and impatiently for a cure, but finds in life an inspiration that makes it good in spite of necessary suffering and limitations. Often enough we cannot promise a cure, but we must be prepared to give something better. A great deal of the fatigue and unhappiness of the world is due to the fact that we do not go deep enough in our justification for work or play, or for any experience, happy or sad. There is a good deal of a void after we have said art for art's sake, or play for the joy of playing, or even after we have said, I am working for the sake of my family, or for someone who needs my help. That is not enough, and whether we realize it or not, the lack of deeper justification is at the bottom of a restlessness and uncertainty which we might not be willing to acknowledge, but which nevertheless is very real. I am not satisfied when some moralist says, be good and you will be happy. The kind of happiness that comes from a perfunctory goodness is a thing which I cannot understand, and which I certainly do not want. If I work and play and serve and employ, making up the fabric of a busy life, if I attain a very real happiness, I am tormented by the desire to know why I am doing it, and I am not satisfied with the answer I usually get. The patient may not be cured when he is relieved of his anemia, or when his emaciation has given place to the plumpness and suppleness and physical strength that we call health. The man whom we look upon as well, and who has never known physical illness, is not well in the larger sense until he knows why he is working, why he is living, why he is filling his life with activity. In spite of the elasticity and spring of the world's interests, there must come, often, with a kind of fatal insistence, the deep demand for a cause, for a justification. If there is not an adequate significance behind it, life, with all its courage and accomplishment, seems but a sorry thing, so full of pathos, even in its brightest moments, so shadowed with a sense of loss and of finality that the bravest heart may well fail and the truest courage relax, supported only by the assurance that this way lies happiness, or that right is right. What is this knowledge that the world is seeking, but can never find? What is this final justification? If we seek it in its completeness, we are doomed always to be ill and unsatisfied. If we are willing to look only a little way into the great question, if we are willing to accept a little for the whole, content because it is manifestly part of the final knowledge, and because we know that final knowledge rests with God alone, we shall understand enough to save us from much sorrow and painful incompleteness. There is, in the infinitely varied and beautiful world of nature, and in the hearts of men, so much of beauty and truth that it is a wonder we do not all realize that these things of common Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased, pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart? Macbeth. When a man tells me he never worries, I am inclined to think that he is either deceiving himself or trying to deceive me. The great roots of worry are conscience, fear, and regret. Undoubtedly we ought to be conscientious, and we ought to fear and regret evil. But if it is to be better than an impediment and a harm, our worry must be largely unconscious and intuitive. The moment we become conscious of worry, we are undone. Fortunately, or unfortunately, we cannot leave conscience to its own devices unless our lives are big enough and fine enough to warrant such a course. The remedy for the mental unrest, which is in itself an illness, lies not in an enlightened knowledge of the harmfulness and ineffectiveness of worry, not even in the acquirement of an unconscious conscience, but in the living of a life so full and good that worry cannot find place in it. That idea of worry and conscience, that definition of serenity, simplifies life immensely. To overcome worry by substituting development and growth need never be dull work. To know life in its farther reaches, life in its better applications, is the final remedy, the great undertaking. It is life. We must warn ourselves, not infrequently, that the larger life is to be pursued for its own glorious self, and not for the sake of peace. Peace may come, a peace so sure that death itself cannot shake it, but we must not expect all our affairs to run smoothly. As a matter of fact, they may run badly enough. We shall have our ups and downs. We shall sin and repent, and sin again. But if in the end we live according to our best intuitions, we shall be justified, and we need not worry about the outcome. To put it another way, if we would have the untroubled mind, we must transfer our conscientious efforts from the small details of life, from the worry and fret of common things, into another and higher atmosphere. We must transfigure common life, dignify it and ennoble it. Then, although the old causes of worry may continue, we shall have gained a stature that will make us unconscious masters of the little troubles, and in a great degree equal to the larger requirements. Life will be easier, not because we make less effort, but because we are working from another and a better level. If such a change, and it would be a change for most of us, be life, we must return again and again to the old uninspired state wherein we struggle conscientiously with perverse details. I would not minimize the importance and value of this struggle, only the sooner it changes its level, the better for everyone concerned. Large serenity must, finally, be earned through the toughening of moral fibre that comes in dealing squarely with perplexing details. Some of this struggle must always be going on, but serener life will come when we begin to concern ourselves with larger factors. How are we to live the larger life? Partly through uninspired struggle and through the brave meeting of adversity, but partly, also, in a way that may be described as out of hand, by intuition, by exercise of the quality of mind that sees visions and grasps truths beyond the realm of common thought. I am more and more impressed with the necessity of inspiration in life if we are to be strong and serene, and so finally escape the pitfalls of worry and conscience. By inspirations I do not mean belief in any system or creed. It is not a stated belief that we need to begin with. That may come in time. We need first to find in life, or at least in nature, an essential beauty that makes its own true, inevitable response within us. We must learn to love life so deeply that we feel its tremendous significance, until we find in the sea and the sky the evidence of an overbrooding spirit too great to be understood, but not too great to satisfy the soul. This is a sort of mother religion, the matrix from which all sects and creeds are born. Its existence in us dignifies us and makes simple, purposeful and receptive living almost inevitable. We may not know why we are living according to the dictates of our inspiration, but we shall live so, and that is the important consideration. If I urge the acquirement of a religious conception that we may cure the intolerable distress of worry, I do what I have already warned against. It is so easy to make this mistake that I have virtually made it on the same page with my warning. We have no right to seek so great a thing as religious experience that we may be relieved of suffering. Better go on with pain and distress than cheapen religion by making it a remedy. We must seek it for its own sake, or rather, we must not seek it at all, lest, like a dream, it elude us, or change into something else, less holy. Nevertheless, In the experience of that vision, strength and peace will come to us unbidden. We shall find our lives raised, as by an unseen force, above the warfare of conscience and worry. We shall begin to know the meaning of serenity and of that priceless, if not wholly to be acquired, possession, the untroubled mind. I am aware that I shall be misunderstood and perhaps ridiculed by my colleagues when I attempt to discuss religion in any way. Theology is a field in which I have no training, but that is the very reason why I dare write of it. I do not even assume that there is a God in the traditional sense. The idea is too great to be made concrete and literal. No single fact of nature can be fully understood by our finite minds. But I do feel vaguely that the laws that compass us and make our lives possible point always on, beyond the realms of time and space, toward the existence of a mighty overruling spirit. If this is a cold and inadequate conception of God, it is at least one that can be held by any man without compromise. The modern mind is apt to fail of religious understanding and support, because of the arbitrary interpretations of religion which are presented for our acceptance. It is what men say about religion, rather than religion itself, that repels us. Let us think it out for ourselves. If we are open to a simple, even primitive conception of God, we may still repudiate the creeds and doctrines, but we are likely to become more tolerant of those who find them true and good. We shall be likely in time to find the religion of Christ understandable and acceptable, warm and quick with life. The man who ungrudgingly opens his heart to the God of nature will be religious in the simplest possible sense. He may worry because of the things he cannot altogether understand, and because he falls so far short of the implied ideal. But he will have enlarged his life so much that the common worries will find little room. He will be too full of the joy of living to spend much conscious thought in worry. Such a man will realize that he cannot afford to spend his time and strength in regretting his past mistakes. There is too much in the future. What he does in the future, not what he has failed to do in the past, will determine the quality of his life. He knows this, and the knowledge sends him into that future with courage and with strength. Finally, in some indefinable way, character will become more important to him.
Of course, some days I get tired, some days, I will fail, and come under pressure, and some days, I will bow my head. I will have some bad days, but I will not stop. It is not a fail for an hour, and then I go home. Today, no, there is such a thing. I love this, and for me, every new day has a new challenge, and every new week, there will be something new in life. Get out of the gate, like someone who has a lot, attack without mercy. Today I am the attacker, I am the aggressor. I do not think you are reaching this far, only you stop like sick people. When things become difficult to take the road to reach your destination, and if the stream deserves to go to it, it will be a cruel thing. Conflict, pain and misery, frustration, these are signs that you are on the right path. No one can reaching out without these struggles, and without pain, and if you want to be a wonderful thing, you have to learn to accept the struggle as part of the recipe. Every day look at yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, I am ready to get what I want, and if the answer is, yes, and whatever my suffering I will get there at the right time, it is necessary for me to take responsibility for that.
Simply stated, success is defined as achieving a goal that has been precisely planned, and the effort to use your desire with the capabilities available to achieve this goal. The paths that successful people usually take are characterized by adventures, which are fraught with difficult paths at the beginning, and in order to continue your work better, whatever the odds, there must be a strong internal motivation and motivation that inspires you and motivates you to work towards your goal. I do not think there is a more important attribute of success than that of perseverance and persistence, as it almost overcomes everything that opposes it, perhaps even the laws of nature. I do not know anyone who reached the summit without hard work, because this is the secret. Hard work will not always bring you to the top, but it will bring you much closer. And if you have the sincere desire to succeed, you realize half of it, but if this desire is not available, you realize half of failure. A human being is a person searching for goals, whose life becomes meaningful only when he strives and perseveres to achieve his goals. If you want to do something, you will surely search for the appropriate method. If you do not want to do so, you will look for an excuse.